Hi there, my beautiful people. How are we all doing today? I'm trusting in the Lord as usual that we are all doing perfectly well. And if not, channel it to the universe and they will handle everything that you are going through. All right. Oh, the May month is a month of fullness. It's a month that comes with clarity. It's for those that know it. If you have been doing a lot of meditation this month, I think yesterday was the 30th. Oh, should be my birthday. All right. Yesterday was the 30th, and it was some kind of a full moon, actually. So if you're feeling weak or kind of unstable or confused, know that that is what the full moon comes with. But after that, you'll feel a lot of strength, a lot of clarity, and everything that, if not all, but most of the things that you meditated on and asked the universe to assist you on will probably manifest in one way or the other. All right. So just keep your trust, keep your hopes up, and let the universe take care of every other thing. The month May is always a month of, should I say, fulfillment. It carries a lot of power physically and spiritually. So if you have been meditating and doing a lot of prayers this month, just be expecting results in the few days ahead. It will not miss you, all right? Okay, we'll move from there. Today's topic is all about our hair. Parts of us, we are always kind of neglecting some certain things, especially when it comes to things like, hair, our sweat, the discharges that come out from the female. It's always something that we don't take note or put a lot of attention to. But whereas these are things that signify us, like it represents us completely. Your dress, if you wear, like the dresses you are wearing, it don't always just share them without cleansing them up, like real doing some purification to remove your sweat and all of you that is hanging on that dress before you give them out. Whether you're giving it out to your relative or friends or whoever, make sure that you cleanse it. All right, I'm sure there's a video that I talked about cleansing. Put salt, just put salt in water and rinse it, or holy water, rinse it there, rinse the dress or the item that you want to give out, and then you pass it at that point. Because when you give out your things, you kind of hand them over to another person, especially when you just removed and somebody say, I like that your blouse, will you not give me? I like that your gown, will you? Or your trousers, and will you? You just remove, say, okay, take, let me look for another thing. No, it's never advisable, because you might be giving it from a heart of gold. You are a giver, but the receiver now, you know little or nothing about that person's intention. And the world being what it is today, there are so many evil things that are happening. People are growing more in the negative part of it than the positive. People that don't have reasons to envy you, to hate you, for no reason. So people smile with you and laugh and, come and have fun around you, but their intentions are always questionable. If those that are too close to you, like you regard like your own people, this is my own person, can hurt you, like actually plan on killing you, go to higher heights to see that you are gone, you are liberated from this earth, you are vanished. And then what more of people who are not close, people who are not, that are not in your circle, as we can say. Because we usually say, I have my circle of people that I mingle with. I have my group, or I have my peer. Yes. Imagine what will happen if a stranger has to pick a fight with you, when those around you they find fun in hurting you. So always protect our environment, or your belongings. Don't just give them out. There is I would like to share this story, if you don't mind it. There's a friend I had. I regarded her like an elder sister. She was nice when I was going to school. During the weekends, you know how students are, no? You feel lonely, and maybe you lack of company or families. I always moved to her every weekend, spent some time. She was in a family house already. She was married. So her house was like kind of, family-like. So I always feel at home when I spend time with her. She had a child, one son. After a while, after a long period of time, God blessed her with a son. The day they were doing, when she delivered and came back there, they were doing born house. They're doing born house and christening. A very close friend of hers. I remember that lady's face very well. And each time I go for weekends, she is always there. Like, she practically lives there. She's always around that place. In the kitchen, cooking, eating, So during that time, the day of the christening and born house, she came and said, well, God has blessed you. This is your favorite kaba that you like. Give me, so that I wear and God can bless me through this too. Just hand the blessings to me. This is what I like. This is what I like. And behold, in my presence, that kaba, like a free wear, for those that don't know kaba, a free wear that we normally wear when we are pregnant. When you are pregnant and you are enlarging and growing in a matter of no minute, and you are already like, whoop. We always look for free ways to hide everything inside. So she went and asked for one particular free way that this friend of mine was always wearing, and she handed it. It's not like she's that kind of person. She just handed it. Now, all right, take Mambo. If this can come with blessings for you, then why can't I share it? God has blessed me, so take. But behold, she took that and did not. Well, she took it. And after 15 years of this, my darling sister, looking for another child, on like nothing would happen. Fine, everything is okay. So what is going on? Nobody could know. Till when she was kind of, there are some things that happen to you and you take the spiritual path. You embrace spirituality, because at a certain point you feel that this thing that is happening is not normal. So we get into more prayers now. So when she embraced prayers and they started going for more prayers and fasting and deliverance, and bam, they got the Lord declared it now and showed it like a revelation that you had a so friend who took a belonging of yours, a material belonging of yours. So when this pastor was like trying to explain, she could not really the time too had gone. So she could not put one and two together until they described the person who did it. And she was like, yeah, I remember. I gave her. And I can remember that after that, she became strange. She was no longer visiting. She was like, like we are enemies from nowhere. And when they confronted her with it, they actually prayed, did prayers, and she came to confess that she was sorry. She was just jealous of her friend because they were together and her friend had a husband who was successful. And so, you know how the story goes. So she had to use the cap and tie the thread, never to give birth again. Yeah. That's the world in which we live in. So it's not everybody who comes smiling means well. They smile here, but what happens is, what we need to know is what is deep in here. It's so difficult. So going back to hair, we go to the salons and they comb our hair and trim the edges and they throw. After that, you just leave and go. The hair is all you. This is what represents you. When all the attacks that come to us usually pass through our hair. So imagine if somebody has to get a just hold of a strand of your hair. It takes, like, they can manipulate you with it forever. You pray and it is not going. You will pray and it's like the Lord or God has shut his doors on you and have completely forgotten you, because you are just you are somewhere and your hair is representing you somewhere. Somebody has just kept you somewhere to be manipulating every single day. Once they see you and they'll feel like giving you maybe gastric today, they just go to where the hair is, or whatever thing that they've tied the hair with, and that is representing you. They manipulate it and do what they are doing, and you go sick immediately. You go to, maybe you're in a job site and something wants to move on, something is kind of, your life wants to change for the good, and they say, okay, so you think they just take the hair and you go down complete. There are people who get sick and the hospital goes tired of them because nothing changes, no treatment is effective. You are sick today, you are sick tomorrow, and they think that this is okay, the next thing comes up, and they think this is okay, the next thing comes up, because you are somewhere that somebody, an evil spirit or an evil person has decided to just hook you up and close you in a pocket or in a bottle and just lock up. You are there. The whole you, your future, your past, your present, your everything is in that bottle. So tell me, how do you get rid of that? It's difficult. That needs intense prayers of the year. You need to kind of, look for higher grades now. What I usually say, there are people with grades and, grades are in levels. You need to look for somebody that is up there to be able to liberate you from that kind of hook, just with your hair. Yeah. So when you go to the salons, when you are done with the trimming and the combing or whatever, just beg them that, please, give me my hair. You take along, flush it in your toilet. For those that have pit toilets, emit there. Back at home, we comb our hair. You go to our dressing corner. There are particles of hair everywhere. The combs on the shelves, on the floor. It's everywhere. Don't always be careless. Once you are done with your makeup and your cleaning, make sure that you clean it up. You package it very well, because you might not know who in the house is haunting you. Yes, I've had an experience. I will always go back to myself because I am a whole story. I have a whole package. If I start telling my story, it will not end today. I had an experience like that. That somebody in the house with me was actually waiting and praying that I should comb my hair every day. When I comb, they take and go to their occultic center and they cook. Unfortunately, it was always a problem because each time he goes with my hair, they tell him that this one, the hair they beat out. This one, we cannot dare, look for something else. Yeah, because I don't play when it comes to protecting. So you like to shave the hair when I'm sleeping. The hair will haunt you where you are. So always protect you, because you will not know who is hurting you and who wants you down. Friends come in all the time and they fidget and get into your room. Please, I want to go. Let me just dust my face. Where's your mirror? They go, they don't look at the face, but they look at your hair. They fidget around and pick the hair and just put it in a pocket, or they put, always, and they go. For men, when you go and shave, go to the barbers and you shave, gather it and come and burn, or you flush it out down the toilet. It costs nothing. But some people will say, how do we work our hair? Yes, because that is your life. That is just you. It represents you. So what did it cost for you to move along with your hair to protect yourself from? Now, I know people who have developed, what do they call it? Mbamba. The hair just starts falling off like you have cancer. It falls off completely. You are without any hair. Why? Just because somebody touched your hair. That kind of, your person and someone say, hey, your hair is nice. Like this is my natural hair. But I don't allow anybody to touch for any reason. Admire from far. Don't touch my hair. Because I know what people carry in these hands. You don't know. Their powers and their powers. People move with hands that they have been boiling in one pot the whole night just to touch people and frustrate. Touch. Then they come and touch your hair. Wow, you have a nice hair. And that is it. You go and you don't know what is happening, but it starts breaking up. You break, you say, you start accusing your hairdresser, or you use a product that's not good, or you did this. No. Those people with evil hands, with evil powers, they have blessed it for you. And nothing happens to you when you shave and it grows. I have a friend that came. The hair, part of it just around here, was shaved up in the night. When he was 8 years old, till today, there's no hair around that place. She can't keep hair. She cannot grow anything. It is there. Very big like that. No matter what they do, that place is empty. And you look at her life, it's always kind of one confusion to the next, to the next, to the next. They have prayed, pastors have declared it, that this is the revelation we have, your hair was taken somewhere. They have gone to a spiritualist and they have declared it. This is what has happened. Your hair was taken when you were young and this is happening. Nobody can get a solution, and it's just like your faith has been granted, or your faith has been grounded by an unknown person that you don't know anything about. So please do your best to protect your hair, your personal things, your dresses, your pants. That's another thing. Your pants, your inner wear. The discharges that come out from you, there are people that it's gold. We know it now. We know there was a story that came out once that was said girls dry their pants and then sit there and watch till when it is dry, then they remove them. If not, when you dry on coming, they have picked it up. So please do your best to protect yourself, to protect your hair. It will cost nothing. We are in the spirit field world, and you either dance to it or you remain where you are and suffer the consequences. So let's go with the flow. Follow the wind where it goes. Where it lands you, you say amen, right? So thank you for your time again today. And if there are any questions, I will be waiting. Just keep them, drop them down there. It will not cost you anything. Rather than asking and wondering, just ask the questions and I'm there to answer, right? Give us a thumbs up, ring our notification bell so that when next we are uploading, you'll be the first to be notified. Thank you so much. Love you all and stay blessed.